G'day all you music lovers and creators. Welcome back to part 3 of my 4-part series on how I make and perform beats in Ableton Live 11. As I've mentioned previously, the beat that I created in this tutorial is called Moonfields and has now been released as a full track on all streaming platforms. And I wanted to share this series to show the value in creating 1-minute beats and the potential and possibility of how a 1-minute beat can evolve into a full, finished, polished track ready for commercial release. So you're going to get to see the humble beginnings of my track Moonfields and how I came up with this idea and where it all began. And just to give you a quick overview of this series, part 1 is all about produce, how I produce my beats in Ableton. Part 2 is all about how I perform my beats in Ableton. Part 3, which is this video, is all about how I arrange and mix my beats, and part 4 is all about how I edit my beats to use in beat videos for social media. So if you haven't yet checked out part 1 and 2, go and watch those videos first and then come back to this one, because in this video, which is part 3, I'm going to share my full raw uncut process of how I arrange and mix my beats in Ableton. And this is going to include my basic song structure or arrangement for 1-minute beats that I use regularly. It's like a little formula that you can use to create 1-minute beats, just as you have song structures and song formulas for 3-minute songs, 4-minute songs. I've created a little song structure for a 1-minute beat. So I'm going to share with you my song structure for 1-minute beats, along with the different mixing plugins and effects that I use to clean up my mix, shape the sounds of different instruments, and also create sound design as well. And this is also going to include basic gain staging, which is all about achieving a certain volume level on your mix. So as I mentioned previously, this is not a thorough step-by-step guide on how to produce beats in Ableton. If you are an absolute beginner and you have no experience in music production, I highly recommend to check out my tutorial, how to make a simple beat in Ableton Live 11 first, and then come back and watch this series, because everything will make much more sense. You know, I am going to give you a bit of instruction and guidance in this video, but those other tutorials are specifically for people who have no experience in music production. Whereas these videos in this series is really just showing you my full raw uncut process, and it's not really a structured, tailored tutorial for absolute beginners. Nevertheless, you can learn quite a lot from watching these videos, and also if you have any questions, feel free to mention them in a comment below and I'll do my best to get back to you as well. And don't forget, if you want a copy of this Ableton project, you can download it from either my Ko-Fi or Patreon store. Both of those platforms are free to join, and if you want a free copy of my EP, you can download that from my Bandcamp by entering $0 at the checkout, or if you have the means to and you would like to, you can also have the option of donating. All right, well, now that that's out of the way, let's get into the tutorial. I'm going to share with you my full raw uncut process of how I arranged and mixed this beat in Ableton. So here we have the project and the clips, and we'll just have a quick listen. So as you can hear, it's not perfect in its timing, and that's okay, because we're going to fix all of that when we basically edit it down and arrange it into a beat. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just select the first clip and then select the last clip so I can highlight all of them. And then I'm going to drag these over into the arrangement view. So there we have it. Now let's click this little orange button so we can see those clips in arrangement view. Now I'm going to basically just click on the first clip, which is my chords, and I'm going to hit Command D. Now for beat videos on Instagram, you're going to have them at around 1 minute. So you don't want to go pretty much like further than that. So what we want to do is just come up with a short arrangement so that we can, you know, either post it to Reels or a video on Instagram. You don't want to do longer than that because people will probably get bored and won't really watch all of it. Now, what I like to do is just stagger them out to begin with and then go through and arrange them properly. So this is what I usually do. And these are just basically some spare variations of the chords that I played up here. And I just recorded those in to just add some kind of variation there so that we can have maybe some different textures and layers of the chords played in a different instrument. So let's just have a listen what we have so far. All right, so what I usually do is I go through and basically we're going to just quantize everything. I'm not really looking for any type of fancy ways of, you know, I guess I'm not really like going for a human feel in these beat videos because I'm not too fussy when it comes to that for beat videos, but like obviously the way that you would mix, say, an actual release to a beat video might be very, very different. Well, it would be very, very different and a bit more involved. But for me, I like to just quantize everything and just keep it all in time for the 1 minute beat videos. So we're going to do that with the drums. Cool, so that's good. Now, I'm not really going to quantize that because to me, it feels pretty good. Well, actually, let's hear what it would sound like quantized. Yeah, I don't mind that quantized, so we'll leave that quantized. And then what's this one? This is a different melody, my second vocal melody. Cool, so that's my bass. We're definitely going to quantize that up. I'm going to delete that one there. Okay, just checking that. Sometimes when you quantize things, it will sound a little bit off. So you just got to move some notes around. Yeah, that's a little bit. Let's see how it is here. So that needs to go there. That's good. Let's just copy that over. Okay, and this is probably a good time where I like to kind of drop something out and bring in like just something new. All right, let's quantize these notes. might choose a different sound for those chords. I kind of have an idea of the arrangement. Like, this is pretty standard for how I like to do my arrangements for 1 minute videos, is that I bring in all the elements and then we have like a bit of a break to then lead us out to the 1 minute mark. So that's what I'm just checking here. We're bringing in all the elements. We get to the bass. I think that'll sound nice. All right, I'm going to see if I can find a nice, like maybe kind of pad type sound for these chords. And this is what you can do, you know, like really when you're creating the beat video initially, or the beat initially, is that you're just laying a foundation. And maybe when you go to film the beat video, you might think of like, oh, I would like to add in like just some extra layers to give some variation. And that's where maybe different ideas will come into play, and you can just add those in when you're filming it. And then obviously when you're coming to mix it, just like I'm doing, you know, you can then like think about the different types of sounds that you want to incorporate as extra layers. So for me, these nice piano chords, I think I want them to be a little bit more spicy. I don't know the word, but anyway, yeah, you get what I'm saying. I feel like I want a different sound. So let's go to instruments, instrument rack. Well, I don't even know what these stab chords are. No. What about the string pads? Maybe. Definitely don't want those ones. What about warm pads? Nope. Please don't give me the spinning wheel of death. Application not responding. Let's try and add some reverb. Let's just lengthen these notes out. I don't mind that. What's going on here with this? right, I'm pretty happy with how that's flowing at the moment. So the way that I mix my beat videos is pretty simple, and I don't really get too fussy about it because it's just going on Instagram. So all I'm really focused on is just getting a nice balance between everything without being too fussy is the key word. Okay, so with this, let's go to saturator. All right, put that on it for now. Like, see how we go. I might just duplicate these tracks and separate all the layers. So let's just have this for a kick. Snare 1, right click, duplicate. So if this is just going to be the kick, we just want that sound. So we're just going to solo that. Where are you, EQ8? So we're just rolling off some of those low end frequencies. Not too much though. Bringing up that nice attack there that's happening. Don't really need a saturator. It's yeah, not necessary. Short and snappy. So fast attack, fast release. Ooh. Actually, we don't want to have too much of a fast release. I don't really want any distortion coming through on this. Okay, so we just want this one solo. This one is the percussion. So we're going to mute these ones. Cool. So kick is good, snare. Let's just solo all of these for a second. All right, so I'm going to add some EQ to the snare. I think that'll do for now. So as you can see, like I'm only just adding EQ and saturator for now, just to kind of bring out some of these frequencies of the sounds and to take out any unwanted frequencies that I don't want. Let's go with some EQ8 for these percussion. Now, if I really wanted to, I could separate all the different types of percussion in this one, but I'm not going to be that fussy just for the beat video. We could also add some delay on this one. Let's see what it sounds like all together. That's fine for now. Let's hear what it's sounding like with the chords. So just bringing the volume down there on the percussion because you don't want them standing out too much. that'll do for now. And obviously you can take your time with your mix. Like at the moment, I'm just doing a basic mix, but you might want to go through this process and then leave it for a day or two and then come back to the mix and have a listen if you want to be that fussy, or if you want to leave it even just for a couple of hours and come back with fresh ears. Obviously, this is just a basic mix, and really essentially a mix is never finished, only abandoned, right? So you can go on and on and on forever with a mix, and you will probably never be satisfied with it. So eventually you will have to just abandon it and just put out the music and just get it out there. That'll do for now. Let's go here to this one. See, by turning on this little headphone here, you can preview the frequencies that you want to eliminate or add. And you can hear it once you develop your ear, you can hear the muddiness or like the timbre of the frequencies, and you'll just know which ones you want to cut, which ones you want to keep that sound good. Obviously, if you're a mix engineer, you're going to be probably like, blending. The goal of a mix engineer is to get all these frequencies working together. So, for example, I've cut up to just past 100K here on the EQ, and on this one, it's been cut a bit further past 100K. So we're getting a little bit more of the frequencies up here. So these ones are complementing each other. One is more of a lower frequency. We're having more of the low end come in here on this Vox Melody 2, and on this one we're having more of the mid to high end frequencies come up. So you don't want these, you don't want your sounds kind of in the same frequency range. You want to give the track space and fill it out. I mean, that's just my basic knowledge of it. Obviously, I'm not a mix engineer, and, my mixing wouldn't be perfect and probably would be very different to a mix engineer. A mix engineer would probably be a lot more fussy and a lot more technical. Now, when these, we're going to get into panning soon, but yeah, when these two come in, I envision I will pan them like left and right a little bit just to give them space, the extra space. But for now, I'm just going through and putting on my basic effects just to get an overall feel for how this will sound. You hear how you can't really hear the bass? Everything is just coming in very, very strong here over the bass. So we might want to just bring the volume down on some of these sounds, and yeah, just okay. So we're going to basically sidechain this to the kick. And we want to do, I think, pre. I'm on the kick. My bad. No. So sorry about that. Let's just undo. We want to sidechain the bass. Okay. Oh, there's already one there for a sidechain. Cool. So let's go kick. No, that's snare. There we go. Just lengthen that out a bit so we can hear more of the glide. Kind of like, yeah, I'm not sure if I like that. That's better. So yeah, I pulled it back because it didn't sound too good. It sounded like it was, just kind of farting down to the A3, which is not a very good sound. We don't want to, we want it to sound like a nice transition. Yeah. I like it. Let's take this up here. All right, let's just keep going. This one already has an EQ on it, so I'm not going to bother putting another one. But we will do an EQ8 on this one. Some saturation on here. Actually, I changed my mind about the saturation. Okay, so we've gone through and put our basic mixing plugins on there. Now we're going to have a listen back, and this is where we can adjust some of the parameters and actually add in some panning now as well. forgot my flute melody. Let's do the flute melody. Okay, so we want to put maybe some saturation on this because it has already some EQ. I mean, I could probably put some more on there. Let's see. The gain structure is not right, so we want to basically bring all the levels down to about minus 3 dB. See how it's just overblown. Now, obviously, you can actually keep an eye on your gain structure as you mix. For me, I'm not a mix engineer, so I just do it this way. Now we're going to actually do some panning. So I want, when this one comes in, we want to pan it so that, let's put the automation on. It is just slightly to the left, and this one will be slightly to the right. In terms of the percussion, we want to definitely do some panning on the percussion. So let's go there, open it up, and so see, as you go along, you can start bringing things back in terms of volume as you progress. So you bring everything back to kind of get it at the gain structure that you want, and then you can slowly start just pushing some of the sounds again in terms of volume to make them kind of stand out. But But as you can see over here, I'm still within my gain structure. It's, I think, peaking at around -6. Now, in terms of arranging, producing this, we may want to have this drop out right now. Just give us a break from those, you know, sorry type synths. And we can obviously push this a little bit more. Might just bring down these. Let's see. So what I want to do is bring back the volume of the Vox melody as this flute comes in. So I'm going to add a, what you call it, utility. Okay, again, we're going to just bring it down maybe to about there. Just paste it there. Might be a little bit too low. Just bring these back. All right, so now what I might do is go through and just add a little bit of compression to control some of those peaks in terms of the dynamics. So the tracks that I want to add some compression to will be the chords. And we can sidechain this to the kick. We won't sidechain this one though. So you notice when I put the compression on this snare, it obviously brought back the volume a little bit because you don't want it peaking here. You can bring down the volume here and just always push the volume back up over here on the track so that there's no peaking down here. I'll try it with this one. I feel like this one is a little bit too loud. I'm going to bring it down. Cool. Okay, so as you can see, we're kind of creeping up again past the gain structure. Let's just try and bring everything down a little. Actually, I might put a compressor on these vocal samples, but I'm going to sidechain these ones. Some compression over here, but not so much. What if I keep these out? I like him in there. I like him in there. I think good enough for now. So what I'm going to do is just like find some like riser sounds. Wowzers, that's just so long. What if we go from there? Yeah. And my favorite riser that I love to use in practically every single song of mine. Okay. Is this one? Okay. Like, I think it's just okay for now, but let's listen to it from beginning to end. I think that this can also have a utility on it because I really want it to kind of be loud in the beginning, but just pulled back. So let's go. No, let's go from. See how that's clipping? What's going on? Yeah, okay. I'm not sure. Hey, I don't want you. We'll keep that off. All right. Let's abandon that idea. Drum bass. bit too loud. All right. I think basically I'm almost happy with the mix. Like what I would normally do is I actually don't mix on my headphones. I prefer to mix using my speakers and my monitors because I can get more of a clearer idea of the way that the sounds are mixing and balancing each other out, and I can get more of an accurate idea of where all the sounds are sitting in the mix. Whereas with the headphones, I don't feel I can get as accurate. So what I would normally do from here is actually have a listen to the mix on my headphones and then continue to, I guess fine tune the gain structure, because I'm pretty happy with like the way that, each sound is on its own. But in terms of just like getting that right balance, because at the moment we're kind of peaking at around minus 2.61 and I want to peak at around minus 3 dB. It's always good practice to keep your gain structure at around minus 3 dB if you can. So I'm just going to have one more listen, and I might just pull down the volume a bit on the overall tracks and then see how we go from that. We're at the beginning. Cool. So if I want to just bring down the volume on this, because I've got the automation on that track, I don't know about Live 11, but I know from previous versions of Live, you can't just pull down the volume on all of the tracks now because this automation will stick at that automation, so it's not going to move. But let's give it a go and I'll just test it out. See how it's turned off the automation on that now? So it's turned off the automation on that. So I have to turn the automation back on, which will be that one. So that's why I use utility to kind of adjust the volume. But when I put the utility on this one, it was peaking and kind of going into the red. So that's why I opted to do it on the track. So what I might do is I might just copy this automation. So just basically hit that plus button and I'm going to go Command C. We'll delete it and then let's just okay. Well, that seems to be at around minus 3.03 now in terms of peaking on the gain structure. So I'm going to definitely leave it there for now. So just to show you what I usually put on my master chain, it's just basically a simple master chain. So many noises. Okay, so audio effects. Oops. Where is it? Is it in... might be in my user library. There it is. Future Master Chain Rack. I didn't make this. I just got this from a pack. When I actually master songs for release, say on Spotify, I don't actually master my own tracks. I send it off to a master engineer. I do mix my own tracks, but I definitely don't master them because this is something that I just leave up to those who are more expertised about it. For me, I just use this as something to get it to a good demo level at least. So, but, you know, many artists can actually use this to release their tracks. That's not a problem. So let's have a listen to what it sounds like with this on. With it turned off. Sounds good. You can actually change some of the parameters on this. For example, as you can see, the limiter here, we can't really see anything being engaged over here, but you can actually, you know, adjust that if you wanted to. Push the gain a bit. But it's too much, it's blowing out here, the master, so we just leave it where it is. see this here? It's a little bit too loud. I'm just going to bring it down a bit. I'm happy with it for now where it's at, but like I said, I might still give it a bit of a listen with the monitors. All right, well, that concludes part 3 of my 4-part series on how I make and perform beats in Ableton. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something, and I hope you are inspired on your music making journey to go and create 1-minute beats. 1-minute beats, like I said, have helped me so much in my music making journey. So I can't encourage you enough to, give this a go and incorporate it into your daily practice. And don't forget, if you want this session, a copy of this Ableton project, head to my Patreon or Ko-Fi store and you can join me over there for free. And don't forget to get yourself a copy of my EP, which is available from my Bandcamp. My name is Electronics. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.